So it was opening night in the NBA, and LeBron James and the new-look Lakers are hosting Steph Curry and the Warriors. So we pick up things in the third quarter. The Lakers, there we go. We see them, Steph, LeBron. So the Lakers, they get a steal. Kent Bazemore, he flips it to Lebron, who passes it over to Anthony Davis for the 33 points and 11 rebounds. So 1 minute later, guys, the Lakers are up by 4. Off this missed free throw, LeBron, he comes a full steam ahead down in transition, and bap, he throws it down. LeBron, he was looking like he was in mid-season form already.
Vintage.
He had a game-high 34 points, and the Lakers are leading by 2 heading into the fourth quarter.
I mean, I'm so jealous. We're the same age.
Look at this. Jordan Poole, though, who's not the same age, bang, straightaway 3. He hits it. Poole had 20 points. So with just over 9 minutes left, Russell Westbrook, he drives to the hoop, but is called for the charge here. So Russell, he struggled all night. He finished with just 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. So later in the fourth, Golden State up 2. Curry pulls up off the screen. Guys, that's money every single time. He had a quiet triple-double.
Yeah, Melo, you got to get up.
So under 3 minutes to play. Here we go. Nemanja Bjelica kicks it out to Andrew Wiggins, drives, three-pointer. Golden State, their bench loves it. Curry gets a bath from some water bottles coming up here. The Lakers fall 121 to 114. So I was in the building last night, and I spoke with a source in the Lakers front office, and they preached the value of patience, guys. It's bumpy early. So, Magic, what are the keys for the Lakers to make this all fit?
Well, first of all, I think you're right. Patience, number one. Number two, we got to remember what happened last night. Okay, for 3 quarters, the Lakers played pretty good, right? LeBron and AD, they played like the superstars that they are. Mm-hmm. They just didn't get the help, right? And it was really in the fourth quarter that's when Golden State actually took advantage and played faster than the Lakers. Westbrook struggled because he was in first gear the whole game. To me, LeBron played faster than Russell did. He's got to play fast to be effective. And he was just in that...
sauntering.
Yes, and I think he was nervous first game in the Laker uniform, young man from L.A.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to find, how do I play with these other 2 superstars? Because they're going to need his point production. And let's give Golden State a lot of credit. Those young guys, without Steph, because Steph was on the bench in the fourth quarter when they made their run. And they got some guys who can come in and fill it up. We saw Poole. We saw, Porter. These guys coming in, they got a great bench. And I will say this, when Clay gets back and that young center gets back,
James Wiseman,
they're going to be the team with the Lakers. I think that's the Western Conference Championship right there.
Western Conference Championship.
Them too.
I absolutely agree with Magic. And here's the thing, right? Me watching the game last night, and I always harp on this. You have to take preseason seriously, right? And when you look at Golden State and what they did in preseason, they went undefeated. They gave the new guys an opportunity to get implemented into the system. That's why Jordan Poole was comfortable out there. That's why other guys that, Iguodala and them was back into the system. You saw them cutting. You saw they had 31 assists, right? They were passing the ball around like the collection plate at First Tree Baptist Church. But then when you go back and look at the Lakers, on the other hand, they took preseason for granted. Yeah. Guys were taking time off. They wasn't building that chemistry. And when you're trying to win a championship, it starts from day one. Now, I do want to address the issue for us with Russell Westbrook. I hear all the nonsense saying it won't work. Some people saying bring him off the bench, and that's just flat out ridiculous. Here's the thing that's going on with Russ, right? Russell Westbrook is back home in Los Angeles, California. Yep. One of the biggest markets, one of the most, historical franchises in sports, right? And so what happened is that people don't realize with a basketball player, it's so much to deal with coming home. Not just on the court, off the court. You got family, you got friends, you got things that you're doing in the community. You got commercials that you're doing. That's why I always gave credit to guys like Magic, guys like Kobe, guys like Shaq to be able to live the LA lifestyle, adapt, and put their work in. And I think Russell Westbrook just has to turn the page in that corner and make sure he says, you know what? I'm going to block out everything else that's going on that's not basketball related and let me lock in into the season.
So on the other side of all of this, Zach, we have the Warriors. They had an impressive showing last night. What's the ceiling for them this season? We just heard Magic say that it could be the conference finals.
I think the ceiling for them is higher than that. I think they could make the finals. Again, a lot of that comes down to Klay, and Klay's got to be 85, 90% of what Klay used to be. But I was high on this team going into the season, hit the over hard. Perk and I talked about it yesterday. Look, there's power, and you saw it last night, of a team that knows who they are. They know how they want to play. They have a style that is really unique to them, and it's not easy to play against when Steph is running around like that. Jordan Poole's like a mini Steph running around like that. They surrounded them with good passers, good cutters, selfless players, and there's just a lot to be said for, like Perk said, you walk in opening day, we know exactly who we are. We don't need to sort anything out. We have a style. It's us, and you saw it the last 25 or 30 games of last year. They rediscovered what Warriors basketball is. Are they the best team in the West? No. Are they the favorites? No. We don't know about Klay, but they're going to be a problem if Klay comes back and looks good.
Well, they had their anniversary. I mean, it's a decade milestone. Steph, Klay, and Draymond, they've all played for 10 years together.
Yeah.
And even though Klay is not there, you still know that this is our core, this is our identity. We want to run and gun, but we want to be smart. And I think you saw a team in the Warriors that knew how to play fast and move the ball versus the Lakers, who are trying to figure that out, especially with Russell Westbrook.
Well, Perk touched on it. Too much standing. In the fourth quarter, it was says, here, you take it, you go. You can't do that against the Warriors. We got to move bodies, move the ball. And then also, too, they got to figure out who's going to close it, right? Who's going to close the game? Because, see, now you add that other superstar.
Yeah.
It's not easy. In other years, last year, we knew LeBron knew where he was going to get his shots. AD knew where he was going to get his shots. Now we add Russell, so they're trying to figure out, okay, are you going to take it now? Are you going to take it now? And so I think we got to give the Lakers a chance. It's going to be a month, 2 months before they really figure it out.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.